Hi everyone, good morning. So last time we were able to discuss the sociological perspective and the anthropological perspective, which is somehow a field of study that is related to our current discussion today, which is psychological perspective. So we will look at how psychology views the development of the self, specifically in the lens of William James, Sigmund Freud, Eric Erikson, Jean Piaget, and Lawrence Kahn. So let's first understand our learning outcomes for today. So the first outcome is to be able to discuss the self from the psychological perspective and of course draw implication of the psychological concept of the self to the development of the self. But before we try to really understand the psychological perspective, we also have to understand the field of study. So, what is psychology? So, psychology is a scientific study of behavior. It includes the conscious and unconscious mind, feeling, and emotion. So, note that in this description, it is said that psychology is a scientific study because it undergoes scientific rigor and scientific process. So when we say scientific process, we are referring to describing a behavior, explaining a behavior, predicting a behavior, and controlling a behavior if necessary. The controlling part is actually usually seen in the clinical setting where behaviors tend to be hindi mo makontrol or whatnot. But yeah, so for us to be able to understand the perspective, we have to understand the study or the field of study itself. So yeah, let's proceed with the description of the psychological perspective in understanding the self. So according to psychology, self is defined as the way a person thinks about and views his or her traits, beliefs, and purpose within the world. So as you can see, there is a word there na think. So think pertains to a mental process. And going back, psychology is a study of scientific observing of behavior and mental processes. So in the psychological perspective, emphasize nila na a person can understand him or herself or his or her development through introspecting of what he or she is thinking and how is it related to the development of her traits, her beliefs, and the purpose. Of course, the purpose within the world. So kung ato ang balikan ang ato ang philosophical perspective, gaingan dito nga, a person has a purpose. Even in the psychological perspective, the the perspective would say nga a person also has a purpose. But in a way, it is different with the philosophical kasi it is more on understanding the self in the lens of his or her way of thinking or cognition. Then another, it is said to be in constant change. The self is said to be in constant change. As one grows up, his or her sense of self changes. Of course, no, there is nothing constant in the world except change. And even yourself, you undergo through changes, not only the physical changes, but also the cognitive and the psychological changes. For example, your wants when you were in elementary is different from your wants when you were in high school and even in college. For example, anang inyong choice, career choice, di ba? Different man ang inyong gibutang sa inyong yearbook atong elementary mo. As I can remember, I said na I want to be a chef. And then when I was in high school, I said na I want to be a doctor or I want to be an engineer. And then pagka-college na ko, lahi di ay, career shift na di ay. So, there is a change, constant change nga mahitabo sa tao. And it is somehow influenced with the experiences and how these experiences are interpreted. So, ayun, there is a change. And then, According to psychology as well, self is a multi-level system, not simply reducible to genes or neurons, that emerges from multifaceted interaction of mechanisms operating at neutral, psychological, and social levels. So, what is the gist of this description? According to psychology, there is an emphasis of nature and nurture. So, a person is holistic, dili pwede na nature versus nurture because according to the perspective of psychology, both the nature and the nurture, when you say nature, the genes, the hereditary component, and then the nurture, the environmental component, they work hand in hand for a person to become who he or she is right now, or for a person to become to have a holistic development. So it is not only limited to the nature and thus not only limited to the nurture. Kaya gali gidebunk ang idea nga nature versus nurture. So right now, it is nature and nurture. So yeah, let's proceed with our first theorist, who is William James. So William James is actually a sociologist, but at the same time, his perspective or his theory can somehow be related to psychology. So, i-include na ko siya diri. And mind you that each psychologist have different theories. Why? Because each psychologist have different experiences which is reflected in their theory. So it's alright kung lahi-lahi sila kuan. There are also other theories who support other theories, and there are also other theories who negates other theories. Okay, so let's move on with our first theorist, who is William James. So according to William James, self is the totality of all that a person can call his or hers. So William James emphasized that there is a difference between me and I. Me and I. Kung sa tuo lang, me and I is synonymous, di ba? But to him, there is a difference. So when you say I, that is the totality of a person na very intrinsic, pasabot walay influence from other individuals, walay influence from the environment. And then on the contrary, me is socially influenced. Socially influenced, influenced by family, by friends, by peers, by school, any social context, and even the spiritual no context, even churches, is part of the me. So these two two concepts of the self, they go hand in hand for a person to become whole, according to William James. So, another, according to him, self is the object that can be observed and the subject who does the observing. For example, um, unsa man to example aning the first statement, self is the object that can be observed. So, you can observe yourself. Diba? Na there are times na we really need to introspect. When you say introspect, you you observe your mga inner workings, kung saan imong ginaisip, kung saan nagadagan sa imong utok, how are you feeling right now, so you can be observed. And then at the same time, you are also an observer. So you are an observer of yourself. So that is how William James viewed the self. So another theorist is very known for his psychoanalytic theory, who is Sigmund Freud. So Sigmund Freud is the founder of psychoanalysis. So he is the first one to propose a complete theory of personality. So Sigmund Freud in the psychological na field is very renowned because his theory is the roots of all other theory. Bale, there were um, theories that emerged after him because his theory was good, but at the same time it was controversial and it lacks empirical support. Kaya ang other theories, they try to negate the theory, and other theories they try to support. For example, si Eric Erikson is a neo-Freudian nga theorist kay ginasupport niya ang um, theory ni Freud, and he even extended his theory to old age. Okay, so let's first discuss Sigmund Freud. So, according to Sigmund Freud, a person's thoughts and behaviors emerge from tension generated by unconscious motives and unresolved childhood conflicts. So, according to him, there is an emphasis in the unconscious. Kay it is within the unconscious that our motives, our drives, tanan-tanan nga nasa tong sarili gikan sa unconscious according to him. It is deep-seated, meaning dili gid nato mahibal-an, dili gid nato makita, dili nato, but it is there. And there are times that we do things unconsciously because wala ta kabalo, di ba? There are times na we say things, for example, slip of the tongue or parapraxis in the psychological jargon, kay it is from the unconscious according to Freud. Kay nga naman, you do not really intend to say something to a particular person, pero ning slip siya sa imuhang tongue. Meaning, na siya sa imuhang unconscious, na siya sa at the back of your mind. So, for example, moingon ka karon nga, mag-joke ka nga, pangit kaayo ka. So, wala din kag joke lang. It's not a joke at all. It is half meant. Kay, tungod naman siya sa imong hunahuna. So, nasa sa imong unconscious. Maybe imo siya ginabalik-balik na pangitaan ni nga tao eh. So at the time na wala nimo napugnan imong sarili na ingon nimo tas may nagag-joke lang so you cannot reclaim yourself because jokes are half meant and it is true kay naaman siya sa imong hunahuna and those things are in the unconscious. And another thing according to Freud, um our thoughts and behaviors are generated or are rooted from our unresolved childhood conflicts. So, unsa man ang unresolved childhood conflicts? We, as individual, we have this conflicts ba nga ginatawag. It's not necessarily a trauma, but a conflict. For example, you have seen something that you shouldn't have seen at an early age, and then pagkadako affected you and your personality. So, ato ang iano ang example sa sexually abused individuals or sexually abused individuals as a child. So, kana sila, there are instances na dili gid nila ma-remember na sexually abused day sila or molested day sila when they were a child. But in the adult na phase na nila, makuha na nga there is something wrong with how they act, with how they behave, and their personality as a whole. According to Freud, this can be explained na ay unresolved childhood conflict. Kaya gani ang psychoanalytic theory is a psychodynamic theory. It's very pessimistic. Kaya tungod, according to him, what happened to you in your childhood will eventually affect you when you are in your adult na stage. So wala siya free will. So mo na ginatawag ang iyahang theory as pessimistic at the same time deterministic. And psychodynamic theories in totality, including the theory of Freud, is putting emphasis on the childhood nga experiences because according to them, childhood experiences has a big impact on the development of an individual when they become adult. So ayun. We also have the id, ego, and superego. So according to him, the human psyche could be divided into three parts, the id, ego, and superego. So the id operates in the pleasure principle. Pleasure principle. So the nature of human being is to seek pleasure. So tanan pleasurable sa kinabuhi, according to Freud, is dictated by the id. So dili man pwede nga permanente pleasure na lang ang imuhang gina-aim, no. So there is an ego. Ego operates in the realistic principle or reality principle. So whatever pleasure na ginahanap sa id, ginasuppress sa ego or gina-regulate. And then a superego is the moralistic or the idealistic principle. So, unsa man ang naa sa moralistic or idealistic principle or the superego, it operates in the moral, kanang what is right or wrong. So, let's have an example. Id would say na, I want to eat large amount of food. So, eating is a pleasurable thing to do, diba? So, unsa man ang buhatan sa ego ana, moingon ang ego nga you want to eat, kaya di ay sa imong lawas or na di kay kwarta or ingon ana. So that is reality. Di ba? Ang tao man, kung mabusog man dayon or sa by nature sa tao. And of course, if you want something, you have to buy it. So, the ego would say na nakabaday kay kwarta to purchase a food nga daghan kaayo. And then, moingon pa the super ego na, huy, eating kanang in excessive is gluttony. Kay very moralistic man na super ego. So, i-identify niya ang imuhang pleasure unta nga gikan sa id as gluttony. So, moto, yun ato ang mag-operate ang id, ego, and super ego. So, sa inyo pod, actually, maka-experience man mo ani. But I don't know if you are very observant of yourself, but you can try it. If you want something, you have to know what is kuan, kung feasible ba ang katoy mo gusto, or what is the consequences of wanting something. So, ayun. So we also have Sigmund Freud's psychosexual stages. So first is the oral stage, which covers 0 to 1 year old. So what happens at this stage? Children derive pleasure from oral activities, including sucking and tasting. They like to put things in their mouth. So as you can observe, ang mga bata, like in infancy nga stage, pag muhilak, tapos padidehon, hilom na dayon, di ba? So, oral stage, the erogenous zone is the mouth. So, according to Freud nga infants gain pleasure through sucking, biting, and swallowing. So, for example, a child may develop a fixation or oral fixation if they are weaned too early or too late. So, in adulthood, this could lead to habits like smoking, overeating, and nail biting. So, ang oral stage can result to two personalities, oral sadistic and oral passive. So, oral sadistic individuals, kung sa may characteristic nila as an adult, they are more prone to kanang magsulti og mga aggressive words or mag magbuhi og mga storya nga dili maayo or mangbakbite or manglibak or unsa ba. Then there are other people as well nga kana bang naga nail bite, naga dili mahimutang ang baba. According to Freud, there is a fixation, meaning there is something wrong within their oral nga stage. And then another is the anal stage, which covers 2 to 3 years old, where children begin to potty train. What is potty training? Kana bang tudloan nimo ang bata kung asa mangihi, asa malubang, or asa ba. So, the anal stage results to two adult nga personality. It's either anal expulsive or anal retentive. What is the characteristic of people who develop anal expulsive na personality? They are people who are messy, burara, kalat, walay respeto sa time sa uban, unpunctual, or sa ba. And then, ang another nga kuan is anal retentive. Unsa man ang naa sa retentive? They are characterized by being overly clean, they cannot tolerate miserliness, very tipid, dili makalet go og kwarta, and other times, one of the psychological disorder nga ma-relate na to sa anal retentive is the OCPD or the obsessive compulsive personality disorder. Unsa man ang characteristic sa mga tao nga naay OCPD? They are very very into perfectionism. Dili pwedeng ma-disarrange nila ang schedule, dili sila maka-delegate og task, kailangan sila lang yun for something to become perfect. So, according to Freud, he explained that this individual was strictly potty trained. Mao nang pagkadako nila, nadala nila ang ingon ato nga personal. So another is the phallic stage, which covers 3 to 6 years old. In this stage, boys are more attached to their mother while girls are more attached to their father. So the first statement would refer to the Oedipus complex. Oedipus complex is a phenomena wherein the child or the boy nga bata is attracted to his mother. So it is actually related to the legend of Oedipus wherein gipatay niya ang iyahang papa para makasal siya sa iyahang mama. So according to Freud, it is somehow similar nga concept nga boys are attracted to their mother during this stage. For example, makita nato sa social media no na example, mag-asawa sila tapos na ang bata sa tunga, dili pa duulon sa bata nga lalaki ang iyahang papa. So that is a classic example of Oedipus complex. While Electra complex is the kabaliktaran, wherein girls are more attracted to their father than their mother. So, but Electra complex was not really recognized by Freud. Wala siya na recognize, but it is the term in counter for the Oedipus complex. And how does the child resolve this conflict? This is a conflict, di ba? Kay when you say attracted ka sa imong mother, it is an incestuous thing. Di ba? So how does the child resolve this? Through identification with the same-sex parents. So boys will identify with their father, and then the girls will identify with their mother. And then we also have the latency stage. 6 years to puberty. This is the school age where the erogenous zone is relatively dormant. So walay erogenous zone. Kung sa oral ang erogenous zone or the pleasure zone is the mouth, sa anal is the anus, and in the phallic ang erogenous zone kay ang ilahang genitals. Sa latency wala, because children spend more time and interact mostly with same-sex peers. So, more time in school. So, walay mahuna-hunaan. Wala. It's more likely nga mag-eskwela lang and then wala na yung mahuna-hunaan lain. But mag-reawake ang ilahang erogenous zone in the genital stage at the start of the puberty or beyond the puberty. Then there are changes biologically, and then start na nga makagusto na sa um, opposite sex or sa ba or kung sa ubang mga bata kay magusto sila sa same sex or what not. And then the erogenous zone in this stage is the genitals. So as you can see, beyond puberty wala gi-extend ni Freud ang iyahang theory through maturity, which is supported by Erik Erikson. Mo na nag-create si Erik Erikson sa iyahang theory in support sa theory ni Freud, which is the psychosocial theory. Kung psychosexual kay Freud, ang kay Erik Erikson is psychosocial. So, he extended the development of a person from infancy until old age. So, Erik Erikson is identified as neo-Freudian. Supporter siya ni Freud. So, here is the diagram of Erik Erikson's stages of psychosocial development. So first is infancy. Infancy covers the infancy period until 18 months. So the psychosocial crisis here is the trust versus mistrust, and the virtue that will be developed is hope. So, di ba sa mga infant, ang ilahang main nga provider are the ones they can trust. Di ba? Ang ilang mama. So how does a child develop or successfully manage this crisis? Sa trust versus mistrust, kailangan ma ma-establish sa child nga masaligan ang iyahang caregiver. I say caregiver kay dili man tanang bata mudako sa mama. So, primary caregiver na ay uban nga mudako sa lola or sa ba. So, caregiver, kailangan maka-establish of trust ang bata. A balance between trust and mistrust. How do you establish this? For example, muhila ang bata, kailangan i-comfort or ihatag iyahang basic needs. Diba? So at times, for in the cases of children who are abandoned, ang ilahang they are very prone to develop mistrust. Mo nang pagkadako daghan kay trust issues dili kayang masalig sa ubang tao. But I do not say na a child should only develop trust, because there should be a balance between the syntonic and the dystonic nga kuan nga factor. The syntonic is the one located in your left, that kaning kuan trust, autonomy, initiative, and the likes. And then ang dystonic is the mistrust. So there should be a balance between these forces for a person to develop holistically. For example, a child cannot grow nga sobra rapod kaayong trust. Kay kung grow siya nga sobraan ra kayo iyahang trust, there is a possibility nga mahimo siyang gullible or uto-uto. Pag masobraan ra pod ang iyahang mistrust, mahimo nga daghan kay siya trust issue. So there is an emphasis nga dapat balance ning syntonic and the dystonic forces. And when the child successfully resolve this crisis or task, he or she will develop hope. And then afterwards, covering 18 months to 3 years old, mo undergo na pod ang child through a different crisis, which is autonomy versus shame and doubt. And the virtue to be developed is will. So, autonomy versus shame and doubt. For a child, di ba naay mga bata nga pagka mawat og 3 years old kay magkusa na sila ba? Magkusa meaning kanang manilhig-silhig sila, magwalis-walis or unsa ba. So as an adult, dapat pasagdan lang na nimo sila. Do not shame them for something. For example, namali lang siya og walis, ingnan na nimo siya og bulok or kanang undangi daw na imong gibuhat dira kay mali ra man na nagsiyang-siyang ra kalas-kalas ra ka sa akong oras. Let the child explore. Let the child do the things nga gusto niyang buhaton for him or her to develop autonomy. What is autonomy? Self-reliance, independence. But a child cannot also excessively develop autonomy. Kaya nga naman, pagkadako niya, permi siya magtuman sa iyahang gusto. But you cannot also try to shame or induce doubt to the child. Kaya pagkadako niya, perminti siyang mag-doubt sa iyahang sarili. So there should be a balance between autonomy and shame and doubt. So if the child is able to resolve this task or this crisis, the virtue to be developed is will. So another stage is that stage that covers 3 to 5 years. So diri ang psychosocial crisis or task is initiative versus guilt, and the virtue to be developed is the purpose. So it is actually in relation to the second stage. So mag-initiate og mga task ang bata, let him or her initiate. Do not let him na kanang imuha siyang sukuhon dayon or unsa ba, because he or she will eventually develop guilt. And same thing, there should also be a balance between this dystonic and syntonic forces. So another stage afterwards is the industry versus inferiority nga psychosocial crisis or task, which covers 5 to 13 years old. So this is school age. So what is developed in this stage is kanang competence. So when a child is already in school, he or she will eventually develop industry, meaning he or she will excel or kanang reliant siya sa iyahang sarili when it comes to school activities or the school task. It's either mahimong inferior pud siya sa iyahang peers. Unsa man ang characteristic of a child who is inferior? Kanang dili kayo mag-participate, dili kaayo mohatag og idea or unsa ba. So ang iyahang virtue to be developed in this stage is competence. And then akong i-reiterate perminting nga there should be a balance between these forces. Dili pud pwede nga industry lang perminti. Kay meaning maging self-centered ang child nga tanang idea iyahan na lang. Dili pud pwede nga mulabaw ang inferiority. Kay nga naman maging too conscious ang bata, dili na mo participate, very shy, very dili jud, dili mo perform as a student or unsa ba. So there should be a balance. So another stage is the identity versus confusion. So this is puberty to early adulthood. Puberty to early adulthood, wherein the child should resolve his or her identity, or should actually be able to identify his or her identity. Dili lang siya sexual identity but also ethnic identity and other forms of identity. So, identity would mean nga the child would successfully identify himself in accordance with his sex or in accordance with his or her ethnic origin. Now, the identity confusion is relatively desolute kanang wala kaayo kabalo ang bata kung kinsa siya or asa siya gikan, kung unsa ang iyahang sexual orientation, anything na related to identity. So diri ang iyahang virtue to be developed when the child is is successful in resolving this task is the fidelity. Fidelity in his or her identity, develop identity. So another stage is the intimacy versus isolation. So what is in the intimacy versus isolation? Intimacy is the ability of an individual to share him or herself to another person. So intimacy would say nga kaya nimong i-share imong sarili sa uban. Meaning you can be in a relationship with another person, same sex or opposite sex. And then if kung dili pud ka maka-develop og intimacy, then you are more likely to develop isolation. Meaning dili nimo i-share imong sarili sa ubang tao, which would kanang lead you to become isolated or kanang ikaw lang isa. And then the virtue to be developed here is love. This actually covers 21 to 39 years old, which is um, early adulthood to late adulthood. And then another stage is generativity versus stagnation. Generativity in the forms of being able to care for another generation. If a person does not have a child, he or she can actually perform generativity through work, through mentoring, through unsa ba dira kanang coaching other coaching younger generations. For example, tigulang na siya sa iyahang trabaho, pwede siyang mag-mentor sa isa pa ka bata ka sa iyaha. That is a form of generativity. And then kung sa mga tao nga anak, they can care for their child or for their apo. And then the opposite of this or the dystonic force for this is stagnation. People who are not able to care for another generation are actually prone to stagnate. Walay movement sa ilahang kinabuhi. They are in stagnation. So if the person is able to successfully resolve this crisis, then he or she will develop the virtue of care. And then lastly, diri sa old age is integrity versus despair. This covers 65 years old and older. So what is ego integrity? Ego integrity is being kana bang able to develop wisdom. Ana god. If a person is very full of wisdom, kanang mga tigulang bitaw, they are very full of wisdom. Meaning, they were able to successfully resolve their previous nga stages. Mao nang nagkaroon sila og integrity. But kung wala pod na successfully nga na-resolve ang ilang issues in the previous stages, then they are prone to develop despair. What is the characteristic of an old age individual who has despair? These are individuals who are very toxic. Kanang dili nila kayang mag-share og wisdom sa uban. That is why, as they would say, wisdom is not for everybody and not everybody is able to have wisdom. Even people who are in old age. Diba? Kay wisdom comes from experience and experience that are introjected to the self. Kanang naka-learn ka sa imong experience and you are able to share those experiences or those learning or your wisdom to other individuals. So another is the theory of cognitive development in the lens of John Piaget. So here,